Yay, we're here. Okay, hopefully this is all working. Hopefully everyone can get in. If you're here, please say hi so that I know that it is working. No growling at me. Oh, stop. All right, today we are going over what happened over the last 14 days with the, believe it or not, there are a lot of people that actually completed this, and I'm so thrilled. The number of words was astronomical that were done. It's so exciting. So, hello everyone. Hey, Casey. So 2 weeks ago, some members had only a one-line idea, right? By day 14, they had a complete or a substantially completed book draft that didn't exist before this happened. In other words, they started out with just an idea. And then what we did was we built upon it each day to show that it's not that scary. And as authors, we're continuing to do the input. So if you are new here, hi, I'm Dana. I am the Chaos Coordinator over at AI Writing, Easy AF, which is over on School. The thing is there. You can use the QR code, and that's the link and all that pretty stuff. And I'd love to have you in there, especially because we are about to start a whole another chapter, and I'll get to that at the end of this. I took so many notes from this, guys. I don't take notes. I didn't take notes in high school either, so I just kind of would wing it and draw on my pad, and I seem to have done okay. So we'll go with that. But let me highlight some wins, okay? So one person finished a Christmas book, a Christmas novella at 31,000 words. Plus, okay, this is an overachiever here. They did a New Year's one as well. They're both interconnected, and the New Year's one is at 28,000 words. And so now she's already thinking about a book for every holiday and is preparing the covers and doing all that stuff. I mean, I can't ask for better people in a group. I really can't. Another person did a Halloween book. Like I said, we didn't limit this. We didn't limit this at all to people. Like you could say whatever, you could use whichever holiday you wanted to. We were going into it with the whole concept of Halloween. From Halloween, we were like, okay, then you can do harvest / Thanksgiving. Then you could do Festival of Lights, Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever you wanted to do. So the next person did Halloween, and they completed 41,000 words. And they created the cover, and now they're all moving into formatting. If you were in this challenge, go ahead and drop how many words you completed or where you are, because remember, this challenge is actually continuously open now. So if you didn't get in on it on day 0, it's okay. You'll survive. Because I'm like the last person to do challenges. I'm actually very terrible at them. So I get it. But if you give me something to build on, I will go in and build my own stuff in my own time. So that's what it is now. Another person, a Christmas book at 22,000 words. So she's already planning to edit it, wants to repeat the challenge for a full-length sequel. That's the concept that we want to build on. Because again, series sell. Plain and simple, series sell. So, all right, someone combined New Year's, Christmas, and PNR, paranormal romance, if you do not know what that is. And she's editing at 58,000 words. Damn, girl, you go. Okay. Where am I? Yay, we had someone else. Oh, Dead Dark Romance. Yum. Okay, that's a yum. Yeah, that sounds really good. I'll be in the mood for that probably at the beginning of September, so let me know, because 50, yeah, that's perfect for me on that. Then we had another one, a novella that's intentionally, now this is a new thing, okay? It's intentionally a 90-minute holiday read. And I love this. It was 17,000 words. But the reason why I love this sort of thing, and I'm really getting into these like really quick reads, but especially for the holidays, I don't know about you, but anytime during the holidays that I actually have a break and downtime, I want to have a break and downtime. And being able to finish a book in that 90 minutes, 60 minutes, or whatever you're aiming for me, it's brilliant. So, then I'm done. I'm happy. I'm thrilled. And I can move on with my day and I can do it, whatever. We have another one that already knows what's going on with the editing, has already planned the editing. And then another one plans to publish her book and begin a new installment in a 7-book series. The covers are done. If you all know anything about me with writing these things, I prefer to do it from the cover first because I like to see the cover and what I'm thinking of. I don't know how many other people do that, but I think it's absolutely fun. It doesn't mean that it's actually the cover that I'm going to use. We have another person, and this is actually a really good point on. And by the way, I'm not saying names, and this is intentional. Okay, if you're in the group, it's a whole $5 a month, whatever. Then you can actually see the responses on there with names, and I'm not including those in there on purpose. But another person, they completed the challenge, and then now they're just taking a break from it. They're going to let it rest, sit, and then come back and edit it. And that's the brilliance about, especially right now, it's the end of July. So most people aren't releasing these until September, October. And so we have time to edit. And we don't feel as rushed to do all the editing. I don't know about you. I hate editing. It doesn't make a difference how many automations or systems I have in place to help me with editing. I really can't stand editing. But then I see different things and I look at different things. I'm like, oh. So just to give you an idea, we had over 200 people do the challenge. Going through the list and everything else, I have some sort of system that tells me how many whatever have completed, blah, 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 blah. But just out of the ones that we picked, and they were random, there were over 139,000 words written in 14 days across the 5 books that I talked about that had numbers. So that's huge. So someone brainstorming a series of international holidays, romantic thrillers. Ooh, that's fun. Yes. Can we kill people while we're in there? Okay, that's just me in a mood at the moment. Yeah. So this is one thing. These are things that were created. It wasn't just drafts that we did, guys. No. One challenge book became the beginning of a holiday collection. A lot of people did that. One became the launch point for a 7-book series. Quite a few people are doing that. One participant plans to repeat the challenge for it because it's a repeatable thing. And like I said, it's now evergreen, which means that it's always available. And it's completely free inside of the group. You don't have to pay anything extra. There's no upcharge for it. If you're in there for $5, you can do it. One author discovered a new use for the manuscript as a bonus or even doing audio content. So someone else is writing 5 Christmas novellas drafted in Western romance. That is awesome. They're using the plugin that I have, the Novella Factory, which is a lot of fun. I actually like the Novella Factory a lot. I use it quite a bit. And I've actually edited it, and everyone in our group can do that. Plugins are tools. They aren't specific, believe it or not. You guys can give the tool to whichever program you're using, Claude, Chat, whichever one, And if you're using it, you can tell it what you want. Like I have one that does specifically dark male romance. And it keeps wanting to give it to you all, but I'm like, no, you cannot put my stuff that's my voice and everything in there. And to everyone else, I'm like, there's too much stuff in there that's Dana's that you all probably don't, well, some of you might want. But here's the thing that I think was really big on this, okay? And I want to go through this a little bit. So remember, there's over 200 people that did this, that followed through, and that's 200 people that went through all 14 days. I'm sure that there were people that didn't finish or have taken a break and, done whatever. But it doesn't necessarily need to be done in 14 days. I just designed it for that because I can't have a challenge that goes on 6 months because I would lose you and I would lose me and we'd all get tired, right? But here's the thing. So there's no correct way to do this. And there's no correct way to handle day 15. You can let the manuscript sit because you don't want to look at it anymore. I don't know if anyone else has books like that, but I do. I mean, I have a book that I'm like, okay, I need to read through it, but I really don't want to. And so I'm letting it sit as long as I possibly can. Some people, you can begin right away self-editing or line editing. You can work with an editor. You can add or strengthen particular scenes. You can decide that you want images inside of the book. You can play around and find the cover that works for it. You can go ahead, believe it or not, and open pre-orders already. I think I am putting pre-orders up for one of my books that I did during this time. I'm looking at the phone just came to but I think that I'm actually putting up pre-orders real soon. You can actually just sit there and plan the release. And I spent a whole day last week planning out my entire rest of this until the end of December for the books that I'm doing and the books that I'm releasing. And so you can do that. And it's not anything fancy. It's honestly just a Google Doc with, okay, this week I'm releasing this, and this. Next week I'm releasing this, and this. This week, and based on whatever, because especially since I'm playing around with so many different pen names. So you need to kind of plan and have an idea of what the hell you're doing. You can turn the story into bonus content. If you want to give your readers, your current newsletter subscribers, something fun to read, especially if it's shorter, that's always good. Or do the audiobook. Many of you know that my pen name has a YouTube channel as well. And that audiobook is already scheduled, actually. One of them, actually, I think 3 of them might be. I think the Halloween one, though, is already scheduled and ready to go. Or you can start planning the sequel or the next installment or figuring out what you want to do with it. Finishing the draft does not mean everyone had to take the same path. And the concept of this entire challenge was actually not finishing the book. I know many people are like, huh, what the hell, Dana? No, it wasn't finishing the book. It was setting up a process and a system for you to go through to complete the book. Because we all know in some ways 14 days is not nearly enough to complete the number of chapters we have in a book. Because not everyone has the same number of hours in the day that they can work on stuff. So this sort of thing is pretty damn important, right? But it's setting you up to It's setting you up not to fail, but to continue and to put something on the page. I don't care if you get 2 lines on the page. I think that there was someone in the group who literally was stuck for 4 or 5 days on chapter 1. And it makes perfect sense. It's like, if it's not what you want, then it's not what you want and you're not going to be happy with it, right? So how the hell are you supposed to continue something if you think it sucks? So once they broke through that plateau, they were able to continue on and finish the book. They actually did finish it, I believe, within the 14 days. And again, we finished the first draft. We didn't finish a completed, edited, and everything book. So some members crossed the finish line. Others are still working through the challenge. A new member arrived at the end and is already actually starting to do it because they like the energy of it. And if you are joining in on this one, inside of the classroom, at the bottom of each day is actually the place. And please, even if you do this again and you're going through each day, comment, say, I did this today. Why? Because that's giving you accountability to do it. That's saying, I did something. I completed it. I've checked it off my list. And sometimes that will make you feel better. And sometimes that will increase your energy for it. I know it's kind of weird, but it does do that. The challenge now remains available as a repeatable classroom experience. You can do it as many times as you want. It was actually built on my process. So just to give you a little heads up on that, those are the exact steps that I go through. Now, some of us do things faster. As many of you know, I am technically retired. So I get to play around a little bit more with certain things. And I have realized that, as much time as I devote to the school group, again, right there, but as much time as I devote to that, I realize that I still need to be publishing on a consistent basis because that does bring in money. And so that's always good. But, continue to post, continue to let us know that you're doing it. If you're continuing it, if you started it, showing up even for one day, moved a book further along than leaving it as an idea in your head. So that's the whole thing, right? How many of us come up with ideas at 2:00 in the morning, or like you're in the shower or something and like an idea came up? This happens to me a lot. I don't know if they can raise hands or do whatever in this whole thing. I don't know. I don't watch YouTube videos. But that's the whole thing that we did. So if this is just stuff that we did. What makes it work and what makes it easy to follow is it's one clear assignment at a time. It's one step at a time. You don't have to have like this huge thing. Like I was in one school group and they had the longest. I had never seen such a long YouTube video with no text going along with it to tell me what it was on a training. Guys, I didn't do it. I couldn't. I actually had to get Claude to take the video because they had it on YouTube. And please summarize it for me and tell me what the hell I need to do to make this work, because it was such a pain in the ass. So what I tried to do, and I know our group is very, very overwhelming to a lot of people. I am aware of it. If I could fix it, I would, but we have a lot of information that has been drawn out over the last year. We're not even a year old. And that kind of gives you an idea that, yes, I have ideas constantly popping into my head. But there was a short deadline for this one, so that helped make it work. We had 2 weeks. We had permission to write imperfectly. Perfect is such an overrated thing. You guys can probably tell. I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you before or something like that, or how I am with stuff. If you've noticed this, I'm one of these people that throws something against the wall and let's see if it sticks. Quite a few times it does. Quite a few times it doesn't. I have an entire series that's like completely dead in the water because I don't care that the covers are hot, which honestly I think that they are. But something out there, it just didn't click. And honestly, I don't want to. So I've left it dead in the water and I'm okay with that. What also helped with this was actually making it visible. The visible accountability helps other people because the people in this group, so we were over 1,000, we're down to 970 something. And as people come and they leave because life is difficult, and I totally get that. And I'd rather you not spend $5 for a group that, isn't helping you. But it's also an incredibly positive group. I haven't seen, I am very proud to say that I have not had to ban anyone in over a month. So I think that that's really impressive because we were banning people when we were free. We were banning quite a few people. But so here's the thing. The finish line required choosing a next step, not abandoning the manuscript in a folder. So everything kind of rolls together. And that's where I know I've decided I really like doing challenges for you guys. This was a lot of fun. And I actually spent quite a while building the whole thing. And what it is called the author season method. Now, this is my entire process, but I'm putting it into manageable challenges so that you can help. The idea of this is you are not to become me. That's not what I want at all. Most people realize that I do like systems. I like to have things. I see things mapped out, like think a flow chart. So I need to have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and going through everything. So that's why everything is built the way that it is. And that's what this whole thing is. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going into plan it. This is what comes next, right? The challenge proved that if you stop trying to hold the entire process into your head and focus on one clear step at a time, it might work a little bit better for you, right? And several of the wins also created a whole new question of what comes after. What do I do next? And some people have sequel ideas. Some people have collections. Some people have decisions on it, possible ways to use the manuscript. And that's why the next challenge for this is plan it. So what it is we created a book in the 14 days, right? We created the book. Plan it will help you stop treating every book as a random one-off. I did that a lot. I still do it. Like I get an idea in my head and I just kind of toss it out there. But the concept is for you to stop treating every book as a random one-off and begin thinking about what you are building next. It doesn't mean that you can't do one-offs. I just did one. But at the same time, I have series coming out and those are all planned. So the author season method is a repeatable system for building an author career, business, moneymaker. This is not about merely finishing one book, publishing it, and thinking you're going to become a millionaire. We aren't all writing these epic novels that we're not writing some of these, oh my gosh, best New York Times bestseller, that like we're going on a news trip, right? Even though that would be like totally cool. But it might be someone's goal, and that's absolutely fine. But most of us are not going to hit that. But instead, it doesn't mean that you can't make a pretty damn good living. I mean, one of the authors that I know, she's in the 7 figures repeatedly. I believe that she said recently she had made over $20 million as an indie author in the time frame that she has been doing this in her career. And I think that that's pretty damn good. I don't know about you. I've never seen her on the best-selling list. I've read every single one of her books. So there is that. So we're not merely just going to finish one book. We are going to build a repeatable system. So the whole method is plan it, then build it, then write it, publish it, and repeat. And your time frames are all going to be different. And you can draft quickly when you have the one-step piece to do next, right? It makes it a lot easier when our brains aren't going 50 million different places. At least it helps me because I have exactly what I want it to do. So this answers what's happening next, what's going beyond the one book. We're going to be talking about a traditional series, connected standalones, books sharing a world or a group of characters, books written for the same reader, a collection built around a genre, promise, or theme. And this is all intentional. This is what we are doing. This is, we're picking up where we just finished. And you can do it with that book. You can do it with a whole nother book. We're going to be discussing rapid release, which does not mean it's a race. So each one of you that does this, and again, it is included in the group. There is no additional charge for it. The books do not have to tell one continuous story, but they should work together intentionally. But you guys are choosing the size of your season. It could contain 3 books, 5 books, or any realistic number. You also choose your own release pace. Rapid release could mean for you every 2 months, I release a book because that's what my brain can handle. It does not mean you are releasing a book every week. It does not mean that you are releasing 2 books every week. What it means is that you are focused and this is your intention. It means releasing intentionally and consistently enough that each book can build momentum for the next. One series I figured out every 3 to 4 weeks. It's really good to have the book out there. When one book drops, that same day, the pre-order for the next book goes up. So these sort of things, and it's very intentional. Another series, I have all the books up for the next X number of months. They're all there. So the correct pace is going to be what fits you. And it can be repeated without you burning out. I think that that's important. I don't want to see anyone burning out with this. I don't want to see anyone going, oh my God, this is so exhausting. I can't do this anymore. That's not the goal. And if that is what's happening, then we need to readjust. And I'll be teaching you how to readjust because we need time off. Especially when you are doing things consistently. It's always a good idea to take a step back as well. So this one starts on Monday. Planet starts August 3rd, which is this coming Monday. You're going to decide what you are building and why. You're going to stop chasing disconnected ideas. You're going to create enough direction so that you know what comes next. And it's only a 7-day challenge. It's only a week. That's it. It's only 7 days. And they're very simple. And I'm really excited because I came up with really cute, they're really cute looking worksheets for you. They're not just plain text. And also, if you're in the group and you would like to have it emailed to you, because I have heard that school is not very friendly for screen readers with this sort of thing. It is set up as an email challenge as well. So all you have to do is DM me and tell me you want to be in the email challenge because of X, and you can do that. So I'm very excited. It's 7 days. Yeah, we were going to make it 14 days, but I'm like, that's really long. We can all plan something in 7 days, right? And I was like, yeah, we can plan something in 7 days. We're good. And then we'll have a 7-day break. We're going to have a break because then we're going to roll right into the next challenge. Are you guys ready for like a bunch of challenges? Build it. Develop the foundation that will hold the books together. This is world building. This is where the characters, the worlds, the progression, the connective elements become intentional. What's here goes here. Magic systems. I love building magic systems because I want to make my own world. Again, that's only a 7-day challenge. I know it's so exciting. So then we're going to plan it and do pretty much the 14-day writing challenge again. But we're going to do how it fits into this larger system. Again, you repeat this 14-day challenge for every one of your books, and you go from there. So that's the Write It season. The next one is publishing it. Yes, apparently, I have been told that some people do not know how to publish their books, how to make sure that it's market ready, how to do covers, how to do all of this wonderful stuff, and practical decisions, pricing it, keywords, metadata, formatting, release preparation, and I could go on and on and on and on and on, and that will be a 14-day challenge because there is a lot in that one. But that's going to be, what are your keywords? How are you going? My newest thing is to not market. That sounds like so backwards. I don't know if anyone else is doing this or not. I know one person is, but this is intentional. I do not want to market at all on certain pen names. There's a couple pen names I do marketing, but I don't have time to do all of my pen names marketing. So this can be done with this whole challenge can be done with one pen name, 2 pen names, 6 pen names, 10 pen names. It all will work. And I think that that's important to know because I know many of us have more than one pen name, but I have 5 that I am intentionally not marketing. I'm going through covers. I'm marketing through metadata. I'm marketing through quick releasing. They're only 10 to 15,000 words. They're these quick reads and finding the market form and everything else. So all of this will be there. The system is not designed for one big burst of productivity. It's not meant for you to sit down and do it all in one day. It's not. And if you do that, that's where the burnout comes in. You've put too much on your head because you're sitting there and you've got too much going through your head. It's why I love it when I hear people tell me that they've put their books down for a little bit, because we need that space. If I was to read every single one of the books that I write the next day, I've already read it and I'd miss half the stuff. So this is intentional. You review what you worked on, you make adjustments, and you use the process again. Okay? Yeah, I'm right with you, Marina. I'm so like that. I mean, I actually have a book that's going out, and I looked at it last night and I didn't like the voice that I had originally picked. And so I have to I'm redoing almost the entire book with a different style of voice. It had combined two of my pen names together and put it as the voice, and it just didn't click for me. So I'm like, that's not what I want. But if I had done it right away, because I looked at like chapter 1 and I'm like, oh my God, that sounds great. But if I didn't put it away for a week and come back to it, I would have said, oh my gosh, let's just publish. We're good to go. And no, it's not what I wanted for this book. So that happens. And so we're going to help adjust and develop your own system. This is not for you to become me, and this is not for you to do everything that I do. And this is for you to make a system that works for you. So the worksheets that you get, the lessons that you get, all you need to do is edit them for whatever. Oh, I am the chaos coordinator. Trust me. So a lot of authors I've found, we're brilliant on coming up with ideas. I mean, seriously, reading some of the ones that you guys come up with, it blows my mind. Okay. But then the question is, which one do we focus on? And that's what we're going to work on. Some writers, they finish a book and they're like, yes, I'm done. Okay, now what? And they have no idea. It's like I ran into one person and she's written the book. She paid for someone to edit the book. She's done the edits. She's done all of this stuff. She has it all, and she had no idea what to do with it. So there's other people that write several books that appeal to completely different readers, and then they wonder why they aren't getting the traction. That's why quite a few of us have different pen names, because we go through moods. I honestly think this is our split personality coming out when we do this, because it's funny. It really honestly is. I think that every single pen name of mine is a split personality from me, at least the major ones. We've got the happy-go-lucky. We've got let's murder everyone. Let's beat everyone up. Let's love everyone. It's like we have all these different personalities, and the murder ones actually do better when I'm in a certain mood. So as far as I'm concerned, different personality. So the author season method connects the creative work with the author business strategy. Again, if you've never met me before, hi. I come at this entire thing in writing books from a business standpoint, not from the standpoint of an author, not from the standpoint of a creative. If you ask me if I'm a creative person, no. I don't think of myself as a creative person. I think of myself as a strategic person. My daughter's the creative one. She's over on YouTube Live, or not YouTube Live. She's over on TikTok Live right now. She's been there for like 2 hours. And she's just, and if you met her in person, she's like, there is no talking going on. So, that whole thing. If you're a beginner author, this gives you a path that you can follow without understanding like the whole publishing industry first. Because I was overwhelmed. If I didn't have friends in this whole thing when I first started, I never would have continued. Because I was very lost. For such a big company, I will be the first to say Amazon really needs to get their user interface fixed. Just saying. This whole system, though, will give experienced authors a structure for organizing their ideas, backlists, future releases, and doing things more intentionally. You guys are going to hear that like over and over again, because that's the whole thing. This is all to make it intentional. The reason why I am writing this book today is because of this. And I'm going to say something that a lot of people, and this is one of the things that I absolutely love being an indie author, is that your dates can change. Don't put the pre-order up until you're ready to actually put the pre-order up, because our dates can change because life happens. So if you need to change the date, make it intentional and figure out why. And figure out what's not working, of why you have to do something. It also, with it being intentional, I've read where someone released all their books in one series in one day. As a reader, that would totally confuse me. I'm like, who the hell are you? Why is everything here? Unless, they had done it previously and gone wide and then went ahead and just uploaded them. But again, it's intentional. We want to do things intentionally. Like the quick releases. I have pen names that are doing two books one week, 2 books the next week, 1 book the last week, because what's happening is that I get a break after that and it allows me to do other work. The goal is not to force everyone into the same system or schedule. That's why you guys are picking your own damn schedule. Plain and simple. So the whole goal of the author season method is for you to know what you're building, who it is for, who are you writing for? And don't tell me you're writing for yourself, because that's bullshit. If you're looking to write for money, you are looking to write for the market. The passion projects, I'll be quite honest, they come later. Or if you're not interested in making money, go ahead and write the passion project. But make it intentional. Know that you're not planning on making $1 million off of it. Know that it's going to take more time. We are going to be discussing market. We are going to be discussing who we are writing for. That is all going to be starting on Monday with the planet. I always want to say planet, not plan it. So if I squish the words together, that's just how I talk. Then we're going to also, you will know what comes next. Plain and simple. If you guys are doing something, how many of you know exactly what books are being published next week for you? I do. If you had asked me the same question last week, my answer would have been, hell no, I don't know. I can't remember. But I have a list now. Okay, and I cross everything off my list. I've already published this one, thank you. I published this one, thank you. This one's on pre-order, thank you. It's done. And you want to know how good it feels to cross shit off your list? It's like, yes, okay, done. And I honestly feel like my whole day can be done at that point. So the other thing is how each one of the books supports the next book in your series. If you're doing a whole series, maybe you're thinking, okay, you get to a point and you're really tired of that series. I've been there. There's a couple series that probably could continue or they could finish, but I got tired of them. But they're really good books. But this is to help you not drop off of that, because what happened to me personally on those was, honestly, I was burned out. And I was just like, I cannot publish another book to save my life right now. So everything's going to be intentional. The 14-day challenge showed us that we can finish a book. I think that that's quite intentional and that's quite important for it. The author season method will help us build a career from the books that we finish. So the whole concept is plan it, build it, write it, publish it, then repeat. And you guys are going to see that and hear it a lot. All right, guys. I am so thankful that you guys showed up today. And I really hope that the sound and everything worked on this one a lot better than it did last week. Does anyone have any questions that they wanted to drop? And I would also like to ask everyone, if you are not in the group already, you guys can go ahead and that's so cute, isn't it? Anyway, there is the QR code for the school group AI Writing, Easy AF. And by the way, I have learned I can't say that word on YouTube without them getting a little bit upset. Someone said someone reported my F word So I'm not saying it anymore because someone had a problem with it. So, but whatever. So, but if anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out. Go ahead and you can drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you all. I'd love to see you in the group if you're not in there. If you are in the group, you know I already love you guys. And I will talk to you all later. Thank you guys so much for dropping in today. I actually have another one scheduled for next week. I need to get that set up. But I will see you guys next week on Wednesday. Same time, same bat channel. Right here. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Again, have a wonderful day. Thank you.